A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Wednesday, June 14th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. 50 airmen assigned to the New York Air National Guard's 105th Airlift Wing, based at Stewart Air National Guard Base in Newburgh, are taking part in the largest NATO Air Forces deployment exercise ever held. Air Defense 2023, organized by Germany, involves 10,000 military personnel and 250 aircraft from 25 nations. The exercise officially began on June 12th and runs through June 23rd. Airlift Wing spokesman Master Sergeant Patrick Espute says the 105th provided more airlift support for American units participated in Air Defender than any other airlift wing.
The 105th Stewart Air National Guard Base was a staging point for different aircraft from all over the country to stage before heading over to Europe to participate in the Air Defender 2023 exercise.
The 105th Airlift Wing's 105th Base Defense Squadron and the Wing Maintenance Squadron deployed airmen in support of the exercise. Democrats in the House of Representatives yesterday announced introduction of discharge petitions to force floor votes on the assault weapons ban, universal background checks, and closing the Charleston loophole. If 218 members sign the petitions, it automatically gets a vote on the House floor. Congressman Pat Ryan is vice chairman of the Gun Violence Prevention Task Force.
We're not going to wait for Kevin McCarthy, his MAGA extremist allies, who all day long lecture about public safety and crime. You want to talk about public safety? Let's stop having our kids gunned down by the same weapons that I carried in combat for 27 months. That's public safety.
Ryan is vice chairman of the Gun Violence Prevention Task Force, a West Point graduate who served 2 tours in combat in the Middle East. First-term incumbent Cornwall Town Supervisor Josh Wojciechowski is facing a spirited primary election challenge from Democrat Town Board member Virginia Scott. Wojciechowski is running on his record, citing public safety improvements, efficient delivery of services, and his ability to bring more money and investment to Cornwall. He recently took credit for county tourism money that flowed to the town, as well as $4.5 million in the New York Forward grant and funding for Storm King Arts Center. Wojciechowski believes those grants and others will increase foot traffic downtown and boost local businesses. For her part, Scott has criticized Wojciechowski's recent budget, which she says raises taxes 59%, as well as the supervisor's efforts to take more discussions into executive sessions. The winner of the Democratic primary will square off against Helen Bunt this November, who has been endorsed by the Republican and conservative parties. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
Empire State Development continued its promotional tour across the state in New Paltz yesterday as representatives from its global New York foreign offices in Canada, the Caribbean, Mexico, Europe, Africa, Israel, India, and China highlighted how these continents and countries are valuable as export markets for the state. Neil Yayak, Empire State Development's international trade manager in New Paltz yesterday, said it's internationally well known and consumers all around the world recognize New York and the value of its products.
We're trying to basically connect with all of the New York State companies that are, focused on domestic, trade, and we want to get them to export their products. And our services are to help them with that process.
NAAC says the goal is to spin the wheels of the economy in New York and get a lot of companies doing great work here and get their products out internationally. The executive board of the Stewart Airport-based Major General Irene Trowell Harris chapter of the National Tuskegee Airmen Incorporated Association has announced the naming of Dwayne Ware as its president. He chose Quincy Magwood to be the chapter's vice president. Ware, a founding member of the Tuskegee Airmen chapter, retired as a chief master sergeant with 34 years of military service. He was a member of the New York Air National Guard's 105th Airlift Wing, based at Stewart Airport. Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is holding an end-of-the-month fundraiser in Rockland County to raise money for his bid to be the Republican presidential candidate next year. He's expected to raise big money with a $6,600 a ticket price tag. The event is slated to take place at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Suffern on June 29th. The Rockland County Democratic Committee is using the visit as a call to arms to push back against the controversial Floridian. Adams Fairacre Farms has a long history of doing business in the Hudson Valley, starting in 1958 when they opened their first store in Poughkeepsie. This coming Friday, they will open their fifth store on Route 211 in the town of Wallkill. Store co-owner Stephen Adams says this new location is a perfect fit for their business.
The demographics of the region seem to fit what's worked well for us in our other locations, as far as population, traffic count, and just the neighborhood.
Wallkill Town Supervisor George Serrano can't wait for the doors to open, not just for the community he serves, but for himself personally. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.